carefully choreographed? Oh, choreographed beforehand. Okay. Care to take a seat? Unexpected considering I'm intruding upon her. Thanks. I slowly step forward towards the opposite of her, the girl resting to keep teacup and saucer on the wooden table in between. The way she doesn't track my movements with her hands is telling that, in the slight cloudiness to her eyes, means that she must be at least partially blind, like Kenji. Come to think of it, her voice doesn't have any detectable accent either. I guess she must be half Japanese. As I take my seat, her composure takes me slightly off guard. Her air of relaxed confidence makes the silence entirely comfortable. The calming atmosphere is so different from the student council office. I take it you're a new student to Yamaku? Yeah, just transferred in yesterday. I get the distinct feeling my speech patterns don't match the formality of hers, accentuated by her restrained bow of greeting. God damn it, I'm out of water now. Okay. One which I hastened to match before realizing the futility of the action. I'm Lily Satao. Pleased to meet you. Whoops. I don't know why I'm messing with it now. Hisao Nikai. She gives a nod before gesturing roughly in the direction of her teacup. Would you care for a drink? Sure. As much as it pains me, I can't keep step with her formality in the proceedings. She gives a kind nod, taking the request in stride. Without another word, she steps off the chair, prepares the second cup of tea from a collection of supplies laid out along the shelf. A brush here, a brush there, her left hand often lightly touching the side of whatever container she's pouring into. It seems the process she's followed dozens of times before. As I lean sideways to see around her back, she seems to use her long, dainty finger to measure the right amount of water in the cup. It's one thing to see the different disabilities the students in my class have, but it's quite another to see how everyone seems to adapt. Susan and Misha have no problem working together to communicate to me, and Lily herself seems to have workarounds for problems I've never thought of. While I feel slightly guilty about her doing the work, she seems pleased to follow the correct process of the offerer preparing the drink. So, her soft voice brings me out of my silent observation. What room were you looking for? It's not often this classroom is visited after school. The school library. She's going to meet. Some classmates told me it was on this floor. She finishes pouring water to keep the teacup. As she nods, a small metallic tapping coming from the teacup indicating it was being stirred. I am aware of Miss Hakamichi, as are most students. To be with them means you're in class 3-3, no? That's right, in the science room with Matao. She gives a small giggle out before setting down the teaspoon and slowly walking towards the table, teacup and saucer in hand. He is quite a character. I imagine you'll come to like him. Most do. I'm gonna get more water, so I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Bam! There's this how. He has a cool character model. As she sets down the tea, I gently take it and have a sip. I'm really more of a coffee person. This seems like a rather bad moment to bring it up. Nonetheless, the smell's quite nice. I can hardly think it'd be hard to choke down. Thanks, Tao. It tastes really nice. She smiles and quickly waves her hands in front of her face. Lily, please, there's no need to be too formal. She says this in spite of her exceedingly well-bred speech. Oh well. I should try and ask her about herself. This really does seem as if she's catering to me. So, which class are you from? I imagine it's one of the third-year classes. Correct, I'm in class 3-2, which is on the third floor, same as yours. It's taught by Miyagi. It's specifically for both blind and partially blind students. I see. Sorry. feel like slapping myself for the fox pass. Looking at her first, though she doesn't seem in the least bit put off by it. My, there's no need to change your speech on my account. Sorry. Sure, sorry. I guess I'm really showing my newness here. In an environment like this would be a big change, so I can't fault you for it. While the same can't be said for everyone, many have come to terms with their conditions. A category which should include her, it seems, all too ready to jump shift from a particular topic, I siege into another one. Do you come here to drink tea often? It's a really nice place. Thinking on it, that might be her version of... This might be her version of a place behind my school that I like to have lunch at. I come here fairly often during lunch times. My duties as a class representative don't leave enough time for an official club, so a friend and I use this room for having tea. Class representative, huh? Compared to Shizune, her mannerisms seem to be almost completely opposite. While Shizune's blunt and fiercely driven, Lily seems relaxed and calm, almost aloof. I'm gonna learn so many fucking words from this. My next English paper is gonna be BAM! Come to think of it, she might be useful for a less biased view on the school's club. What kind of clubs are there to join? The more popular ones are track and field club, which uses the field near the school during lunch times. The baseball club, and the book club is in a room near the library. There's numerous small ones too, though, such as art and music clubs. At a time when I'm just wanting to get on my feet, rushing into a club right away seems slightly unappealing. I wonder if the school shares the same rule as my old one. Is it compulsory to join a club? It isn't, though it is encouraged. Ah, good, that's a relief. I've really let down my guard around this girl to let such a thing slip out. The fact seems slightly amuse her. Not wanting my tea to get cold, I finally drink it as Lily does the same. He looks distant. As I look over to the window over her shoulder, I notice the light coming from the room has a distinctly orange tint. Even here, time doesn't stand still. Huh, time's gone quickly. Sorry. Right, she's blind. Of course she can't see the sun setting. It just looks like the sun's starting to set. It seems to come as a surprise for her. I guess she must have lost track of time. Boy, that would really mess with me, I think. Unless you had something announcing the time to you, you could completely be off track. Sorry, Hisao, I didn't mean to keep you from the library for so long. I quickly moved to allay her concern. Ah, no, it's okay. The library's still open, isn't it? She pauses and takes a moment to think on it. It's probably something I should have asked Shizune when I had a chance, but Lily seems likely to know in any case. True, it's open until 6:30 during weekdays. A quick glance at my watch confirms I have well enough time to get there. I might get going in that case. It's been nice talking with you, Lily. She smiles and gives a deep nod, her hands still neatly folded on the table in front of her. It was my pleasure. Oh, come to think of it, shall I show you where the library is? I couldn't possibly ask for more help. I should be able to find it alright. Well, unless my navigation skills fail me. Which is... they seem to have a habit of doing. It's alright. I was going to be talking to the librarian there. In any case, I could introduce you. Drink of water. This gets better and better. It's pretty hard to deny her offer. If you're sure, then that'd be great. Thanks. As she stands at the hall of me, she takes hold of a straight, retractable cane that has missed in the handle of her bag on the floor. Compared to the cane the boy in my class had, Lily's looks much thinner and longer. His was for support, whereas Lily's is for navigation. Together we leave the peaceful room and enter the empty hallway on the way to the library. Side by side, my pace carefully slowed to match hers. We slowly walk through the hallway. It doesn't take long for us to arrive at the door of the warm-looking room, apparently situated in the center of the floor rather than either wing. Ladies first. She gives us an appreciative smile at the gesture, taking the lead as we file in. To the left is the wooden library counter, with the library proper being on the front right. It easily dwarfs my old school's library, with the distinct smell of old books giving the place an almost old world air. There don't seem to be a lot of students here. Considering the time, it isn't a big surprise. Everyone's probably either in the school grounds or the dorms. Yuko, are you here? She says it to the thin air since the library doesn't seem to be present, and of course Lily can't see this. What's unexpected is that it draws a reaction. And I didn't need the sound effect. Something from under the counter thuds against it, followed by a quiet wail. Ah! She's cute too. Librarian. I think everyone is, but you know. The origin, apparently, the librarian quickly crawls out and bounces up in extremely rigid attention. Hi, Lily. How can I help you? Her voice is strained by the failed attempt to sound casual. She's rubbing the back of her head. Good afternoon. What happened just now? I heard a strange noise. It's nothing. I just hit my head. See, I dropped an eraser under my desk. While I was looking for it, a pencil dropped, and when I was looking for both of them, you came and surprised me. Are you alright? I'm sorry. I couldn't know. It's okay. It's okay. Sorry for making you worry. This is nothing. I've had worse happen to me. She's quick to reverse Lily's apology, almost frantically trying to push aside the possibility that she could be in any way inconvenienced by bashing her head on the counter. Yes, worse things have happened. Hee hee hee. The girl fidgets with her fingers as Lily doesn't seem to drop her concerned expression, and then she shuffles some papers on the counter for no reason. A little shorter than Lily, replete with glasses, freckles, and a long, very troubled look. I don't know why I was saying long. Anyways, she seems to fit a library perfectly. Ah, Lily, did you get my message? Message, Oh, with the 2 imported books that arrived? Right. They finally came. I can't believe it took so long, but amidst her celebrations, partially for managing to change the topic, I'm sure she notices me in the corner of her eye and freezes on the spot where she does. Oh no, I'm sorry for not noticing you before. Did you check out a book or return one? I'm sorry. The way she can so quickly shift between moods is a little unsettling. He's with me, Yuko. This is Hisao, a new student. Hisao, this is Yuko, the school librarian. Pleased to meet you. Hisao, right. Hisao, pleased to meet you too. Hisao. For a second, she visibly attempts to engrave the name in her mind so she won't forget. Yuko often arranges to import foreign books in Braille for me. Would you like to tell us all a little something about the library? Lily's innocent suggestion is met with an expression of abject terror. Please, Lily, I can't. I don't know what he could be interested in. This is too much responsibility. Has any responsibility at all? I don't get. But her objective is so sincere, I don't doubt for a second that she would rather disembowel herself on the spot than tell me where the light novels are. But, so there are a lot of books in Braille here? I attempt to save the day by asking the first thing that pops in my head. It seems to work at least partially, as Yuko seems to not exactly relax, but at least look slightly less tense. Well, I think about a third or fourth of Yamaku's library is either in Braille or audio. Makes sense, given all the blind students that be here. If it's only that, how come this library is so big in the first place? Well, we get a lot of new books regularly because the library is adequately endowed. That's probably why. I spend more on new books than on my salary, and then I have to organize and shelve all of them. It's so troublesome, and they weigh so much. I wish I could quit this job. A very awkward silence follows this revelation of too much information. I'll go check the aisles then, if you don't mind. It's probably best for all of us if she doesn't keep talking to me. Very well. Meanwhile, Yuko, I would have those books if it's alright with you. My first impression was right. The library is surprisingly big. Ambling down the narrow aisles, I studied the spines of the books in random order, occasionally sliding one out to read the blurb taking it with me if it looks good. In a few minutes, I have a respectable stack of books in my arms. I guess I'll never be stuck for a choice in here. The normality of the library sinks in. Sure, there are large print and braille books scattered throughout, but it is what it is, a library. It's as if the calm mood from the room I had tea with Lily and snuck with okay, I think there should be a comma there or something. Anyway, snuck with us in here. Unless it was here to begin with. Jesus. Something about that puts me at ease, just like before. I reach the end of the aisle and find a collection of desks set up for study or personal reading. Going a little bit further, though, I discover a nice corner in the back. While the rest of the library has odd students sitting at desk either reading or stealthily sleeping, the back is pretty much deserted. As I glance around, I see someone who I recognize sitting on one of several beanbags. It's a dark-haired girl from my class, the one who snuck out of class earlier. She's reading a book, keeping it close to her face, which makes her look like she's really into it. Might take a break in a bit. From the way she was acting today, I had her pegged as much as a delinquent. Is more of a delinquent than a bookworm. In fact, her mysterious disappearance from the class raises all sorts of whys in my head. The tree floats slowly but surely towards the surface, and before I know it, I'm walking towards a mysterious long-haired girl. Guess there's no harm in introducing myself as I would with anyone else. She's a classmate after all. Walking over to another beanbag, I take a seat and lay my books beside me. The girl starts looking scaredly up at me from underneath her fringe. This is the first time I've seen her this close. Underneath her long, dense bangs, I can see part of her face, at least a third of it, if not half. It's pretty badly scarred. My eyes are immediately drawn to the scars, subconsciously peeking past her hair until they meet her own eyes. For a second, I am shocked to divert my eyes to the book in her hands, before I realize that looking away probably only makes it worse. It takes far to collect myself, remember. Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. It's okay. The girl certainly doesn't look like it's okay, but I let it slide. So, do you mind if I sit here? She seems to be very uncertain whether it's okay or not for me to sit. But finally, she nods just a little. Oh, okay. I take the seat next to her as she hides herself behind her book, Life of Pi. Never heard of it. Just came out as a movie. I haven't seen that or read the book. So, sorry again for startling you. I'm Hisao. She looks up from her book, stalling a little before replying. No. We are in the same class. Her speech is stilted, and so quiet that it is barely audible, even in the still library. Somehow I think my delinquent impression of her was wrong. Hanako. I'm Hanako. Ellipses. I researched to say that's a nice name, just to have something to say, but really, it's the only thing that I can think of. I feel like an idiot. Everyone here must be used to being different to each other, and here I am being all bothered and fussed about all kinds of things. Don't let me interrupt your reading. I'll check these books, if you don't mind. She nods a little and sighs, a little sigh of relief. Ellipsis. So I tried to read the covers and introductions of the books I picked up, and she buries her face in her book. Uncomfortable silence consumes us. I still wander in her direction, and I sneak peeks at her flowing hair and the scars it's hiding. After a while, I realize that she's doing the same, only pretending to immerse in Life of Pi. Her gaze is not inquisitive at all, though. It darts like a scared rabbit. When our gazes finally meet, the chain reaction is unstoppable. She stands up forcibly from the big bag and takes a deep breath. I've got to go do something. Without warning, Hanako takes off and runs towards the counter. Her hair, like takeoff, catches me off so off guard that I didn't manage to go after her until she has a good head start. By the time I reach the counter, she is nowhere to be seen. Lily and Yunko are happily chatting away. Knowing that I won't be able to catch Hanako myself, I approach the girls. Hey, did you see or notice a girl run past here? Maybe. What did she look like? Long, dark hair, kind of shy. She was, well, some scars on her face. You wouldn't be talking about Hanako, would you? Yeah, that's her. I saw her reading and tried to talk to her, but I think I scared her off or something. Oh dear, Yuko, would you excuse me? I'd better try and find her. Sure. I'll just hold on to these until you come back. What's going on? I'm sorry, but I'll have to explain it to you some other time. Right, I'll see you later then. Nice bowl of ice cream might be nice after this. Lily hastily grabs her cane and hurries out of the library, leaving me alone with Yuko. I don't think I'll ever get the hang of this place. Did I do something wrong? What did you do? Nothing. I was just looking for some books and then she got this fit and ran off. No, it's not. The most offending thing I could think of was I might have looked at her general direction a few times. Well, she's a very timid girl. You have to be very careful around here. She can be very jumpy, I think, and she's not accustomed to talking with other people. Isn't that a bit strange? I wonder. It's just how she is, I think. Yuko doesn't sound at all that convincing. Then again, maybe this is just normal around here. Everyone has their own problems, or else they wouldn't be here. How should I deal with these people? Forcing myself to act overly casually only makes me feel phony. Like I was supposed to be ignoring the elephant in the room. Yuko fidgets, looking like she wants to say something to that, but resists it. I think it's an elephant only if you feel that way. I guess she doesn't have a good sense of self-restraint. It makes me smile, and she blushes heavily. But what? Did that sound stupid? No, it sounded really wise. I guess you're right. It's more about me than anyone else. Neither of us have anything to add, so Yuko fills the silence by shuffling some papers around. People who have papers on their desk really like doing that. I really have. Like when I was stalling to turn something in or something, I'll do that, but... Did you find any books? I should be closing soon. I mean, the library should be closing, but I have to do it. I hope that's not too inconvenient for you. Oh yeah, I want some books, but I left them over there because I'll just go get them. I fetched my stack of books from behind the beanbag where Hanako and I were sitting and returned to the counter. Wow, you read a lot, don't you? I surprised myself with that too, honestly. At least when I really think about it. I had a lot of free time earlier this year, so I just kind of started reading books to fill that time. I couldn't do much else. I see. But she doesn't say anything else, just checks out my books for me. I guess this is what they call tact. Holding the library books with one arm, I draw my pocket for the key to the door. A sudden sound from behind startles me. I start making me nearly drop the books I'm carrying or the key that I almost managed to get into the lock. Who is it? I turn around to see who is talking to me. It's Kenji. He seems to be in a friendly mood, although the light glinting off his glasses in the dark gives him a sinister look. And his eyebrows going through his glasses. It's just me. This makes him pause and looks nervously. Who was me? I don't know anyone called me. Are you some new guy again? His voice is suddenly strained and quick, and I don't know why he's suddenly becoming a character off South Park. Yes, but we've met before. Yesterday. I don't think so. I remember someone who I met only yesterday. When was that? Was it a day? What day is it today? I try to ignore him. Is he joking or what? Prove that we met before. You live across the hall. You're Kenji. Kenji jumps back, his eyes filled with an incomprehensible fear. Dear Lord, I don't remember him having that face. How do you know my name? Damn, this is only mean one of two things. Either we have met, or you're telling me the truth, and I just can't remember, or you're a spy. He pauses, probably considering either or. A psychic spy. His eyes dart around me, trying to peek into my room, although it's hard to believe he can actually see anything through those thick glasses. I need a drink, or I'm gonna die. His mood swung from friendly to manic in less than a minute. I'm not psychic. How do I know that? I'm not a mind reader. Genji points a finger in my face, damning, or whatever. What was it? I want to say, yeah, damningly. Unlike you. Stop that, man. We met yesterday. What's wrong with you? I live in this room. Lies. If you think you can pass as Hisao because I'm legally blind, you are sorely mistaken. You don't even look like him. I mean, the resemblance is real slim. Maybe at a distance, but who do you think you're kidding? I want to grab him by the shoulders and shake him. Exasperated, I rub my eyes and let out a heavy sigh. Stay there. Kenji comes closer, and one careful step at a time. I stay still. Let he assault me physically, although I doubt he could do much damage even if he did. Also, Gryffindor scarf. Oh wait, I see it now. Damn, it really is you. Sighing again, then once again for good measure, I step backwards just in case. What's up, man? You don't look too good, I think. Something wrong? I don't know. Just had something stupid happen to me. A few stupid things, actually. Even if you discount this one. I can't get a proper touch on people over here, and I don't know how to do it because of me or because of them. I don't know why I'm telling this to Kenji. It's not like we've had any contact either. It's rough, dude. Yeah. I'm sorry about calling you a psychic spy and all. You can never be too careful. It's the hard reality we live in. I'm slowly starting to think that Kenji isn't necessarily living in the same reality as the rest of us. You see, this is how it is. The world, there is no justice. You see, even when I lose, I win. Because I don't lose this lesson. What does that even mean? It doesn't matter. He dismisses it flatly with a wave of his hand. So what happened? Why the long face? Do you have a long face? It's nothing. I just scared some girl off. Accidentally. Literally, too. She actually ran away from me. It was my fault, really, I think. I'm not really used to all of this yet. A girl? A cute one? Cute? That's a hard question. She has a nice body and really beautiful hair. But the face? That's mean. Guess it could go either way. She was cute. Yeah, cute, I guess. I knew it. There are a lot of cute girls here. A strangely disproportionate amount. I believe this is one of the dark secrets of this school. I tried to warn you, man, but you didn't. But did you listen? I don't remember any such warning. Dark secrets. Yes, dark secrets. Extremely dark. Like a black hole. Have you noticed that the number of girls in the school is slightly more, but significantly higher than the... How can it be slightly significant? Like, you're higher than the number of boys? It's like 60 to 40. He turns his head to the left and stares off into nothing. Why is it like this? But I mean, to the untrained eye, it doesn't appear to be that bad. But that is a full 20%. One would think that school with such a huge pool of women would be a man's dream. But no, actually it is a man's dream. What I'm about to tell you could blow your mind. Are you ready? I don't know where this is going, but I think I won't be missing much by cutting out now. No, I am not ready. I only get as far as turning the doorknob before Kenji starts talking again, showing that he doesn't really care if my mind is blown or not. I believe that school is a battleground to say feminist infiltration. Disparity. Whatever. And the number of men to women is a clear sign of how far they have come. In case this Cold War turns hot, they will have superiority in number. Jesus. She's cute. Another skirmish in the eternal war against the forces of feminists. In Japan, women outnumber men. It is not a 60 to 40 split, but it's only a matter of time, man. Even in America, women are at the majority by a hair. They're building up the numbers. In the past, the buildup of the military has always been a clear sign of imminent war. Japan is just the first step. I love the music. It really works with this. Our economy is badass. And the country itself is small and isolated, yet a huge part of the Pacific in terms of political value. The perfect target. They are so cunning as expected of women. I just want him to stop talking, because once I get in my room, I think I'm going to end the recording. It will come when Kenji's voice trails off ominously. That is why you can't trust them. They will string you along and then kill you. Just as they killed me. You will end up just like me. I hope not. Oh, hell no. I can't stop myself from blurting it out. Hey, what the hell does that mean? You said it, not me. It's the best I can think of. So, you're not supposed to say something like that. Damn, so rude. Where was I? Oh yeah, vast feminist conspiracy. Stop it. Stop. I lost you way back there somewhere. Somewhere around feminist infiltration. Too hard to follow? It's cool. I have some graphs and stuff in my room, and puppets. You like puppets? No puppets. You don't like puppets? Okay, graphs are still cool though, right? He speaks energetically, responding almost before I'm done talking, moving his hand in an animated way as he continues to rant on. This is too strange. I had him pegged as relatively normal, but it's clear I was wrong. Whoops. Too strange. Okay, I thought I skipped one. Something on your mind, dude? Just thinking about what it's like to be the last sane man in the insane world. Kenji frowns, looking deeply upset. You mean that's you? That can't be, because I'm the last sane man in the insane world. That is my dream. You can't just steal a man's dream. What the hell? There can't be two last sane men. It was invalid, the whole last part. And that part is kind of important. There can only be one. Like in that foreign movie where they could only be one. And in the end, there is only one dude left. Because that was the point. I've never seen anyone talk so heatedly and defensively about absolutely nothing before. Anyway, if you wait here, I can get my graphs. Oh, I also have a list of the other dark and complex conspiracies that the school holds us tangled in as. Quick, finish my analogy for me. Be a pal. I'm gonna go to bed now. It's extremely late. That doesn't sound like an analogy, but whatever. I like you. You seem like a cool dude. Most people don't understand what I'm talking about. When I try to explain the vast feminist conspiracy to them, denial is a terrible thing. Later. He claps me on the back and then vanishes into his room so quickly and quietly. It's like he didn't even open the door, but instead walked right through it like a ghost. I don't know how to fully just... Okay, I'm just gonna say that next time. Because my throat is blah. I need to take a break. Also, I recorded quite a bit. Wait, hold on. That's at 18. Where am I now? Oh, shit. I played for an hour and 40 minutes, pretty much. 32? An hour and a half I'm just going to go with, so it's going to be quite a bit. Jesus, but when we come back next